Hey there. You're listening to the John Candy and Rick Moranis Are the Greatest Actors to Ever Live podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of the new season of John Candy is the Greatest Actor to Ever Live podcast. We're working out some things right now with the title. As you've probably noticed, Andrew is not here, nor will he ever be here again, because he's sued. He got sued. And it's fully my company now. And if you didn't realize, he's had the company for the last 6 months and did absolutely nothing but one episode in it, in which he defamed me. He rattled my cage. He slandered me pretty bad with my good friend Micah, and also my old ally Clint, who talked behind my back and said that my show was bad about Batman segments. Clint, I don't know exactly where you live, but I know what town you live in, and I follow you on Snapchat. I can track you down. So we're doing the show now, and I thought, who better to bring on the show than my best friend Alex, who is a movie expert. He's a movie buff, and actually the thing is, I've put all my money into the show, and Alex has been gracious enough to let me have it at his house, and we built a set. I haven't really had much going for me, so thank you, Alex, and we're actually here to talk about movies for once, instead of Andrew, who didn't really know what he was talking about ever. And so let's just we both love movies. We just want to get down to the nitty gritty, and even got all this stuff made for the show before Andrew destroyed it. So I have a mug, and I actually, I got a notebook. And I was really excited to kind of just do the show.
God bless.
So, hey, so you're a huge movie guy, and since you're kind of like the Southern New Jersey regional
Cowboy
trivia guy for movies, we're gonna do a new review system here where we have a notebook which the producers have written up for us, and we're gonna go ahead and plumb through these and give you guys some honest reviews. We're gonna go ahead and use the 11-star system, the patented system.
Okay, here we go. 2020, directed by Robert De Niro and Uma Thurman. The War with Grandpa. When Granddad returns from hiding to visit his grandboy, his post-traumatic stress disorder kicks in, and he declares war with the boy, resulting in laughs for the whole entire family. Directed by Tim Hill. Starring Robert De Niro and Uma Thurman. Rated PG. And I think this was a great movie that Jack and I watched together, and we liked it, and we're rating it 11 out of 11 popcorn baskets.
Well, actually, I actually want to speak to that too, because Alex and I, we watched it together, and we did really like it. Thing about the movie is PG rating for he's a Vietnam War vet, and he gets kind of in a trance, and it gets kind of violent. I think PG-13 would have been better, and I have to dock it a star for that. So out of 11 stars, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 11 stars. Everyone in my family liked it too. They all watched it together. There's 5 people in my family besides me.
You and your family watched it?
I watched it with you.
That's right.
Yeah.
great movie. What a good movie review.
I really liked that movie. So thanks for
Not directed by Robert De Niro though.
Well, he's in it, right? All right. The film Tenet, which is 2021. This is directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Robert Pattinson. And Pattinson is what I think it's supposed to say. So, this sci-fi thriller follows a secret agent whose mission is to prevent World War III from happening by running backwards for 3 hours. By running backwards for 3 hours, better watch your back. It's directed by Christopher Nolan and stars Robert Pattinson. I was confused a little bit by this movie, and I didn't really think that all the hype was there, that it didn't meet up to the hype that Christopher Nolan usually delivers a great movie. If you go all the way back to the summer of 2010, I want to say like July 3rd release date of Inception. I loved that movie, phenomenal movie, and that one would have been 11 out of 11 stars for me. In this case, Tenet is going to give me a 6 out of 11 stars, and I'm going to sit there with that. I'm going to sit on that one.
I would agree with the Inception comment.
Thank you.
And I was loving this movie until I wasn't loving this movie, and just too much running backwards for one movie. But I like the whole watch your back thing, so I'm going to give it 10 out of 11 popcorn kernels.
The whole thing with Christopher Nolan, which gets my head spinning sometimes, is he tries to do all these mind benders. Why don't you just do the whole thing that Joseph Gordon-Levitt had going for him, where he did Inception, and then he went and he did the movie with Bruce Willis, where it was a kind of like a circle back thing, and kind of like what you were just talking about with like, hey, we're gonna get you, or we're gonna run backwards.
Talking about Looper?
Yeah.
I didn't think you liked that.
Haven't seen.
The idea, the concept of
idea of
you
Looper,
do like that,
which is what I would have recommended for this movie.
Used loop. I get it. Used Looper, made Looper this movie. Instead of, I get it.
Think it would have been better? Yeah. For me, it's a yes. It's an easy one too.
Bruce Willis, he can run backward. I bet.
Yeah. Yeah. Die Hard. 1988. I think he was good.
Mm-hmm.
So another kind of wanted to address something real quick about the last episode that you guys listened to, which, like, let me reiterate, Andrew had the show for 6 months by himself, full contract. I was kind of more or less on house arrest, had it for 6 months, and he did nothing, and he doesn't care about you. And so I want you guys to all add him on his Xbox gamer tag, and I want you to harass him and get him I want you to get him abandoned off Xbox. And his name on Xbox is actually Sergeant Sexyface, and that's real. So you can get him.
Hats off to you, Sergeant.
So I even wrote that in my notebook. I want to make sure I remember that. And also, we want to thank our sponsors this day, for helping out with the show. Like I said, a lot of my money, I basically had to pay the sponsors to say that we could say their name. But for publicity, we did it. And I got, I got Steve's Grilled Cheese in Hamilton Mall. And I also got Steve's Grilled Cheese in Sea Isle. The one in Ocean City.
It's not open, right? Is that right?
Yeah, he's not open.
I've been there, though.
Yeah,
when it was open.
I got a good sandwich there in the Maze Landing Mall.
They've got a lot of different grilled cheeses.
I think the most.
And
Guinness Book.
Stewart's Root Beer?
Mm-hmm.
Are we sponsored by them?
No.
But you have to bleep that one.
Do you want me to see that? I'll tell you who.
Well, they serve Stewart's Root Beer, that's all.
Steve's Grilled Cheese, the Tilton 9 Fitness, Tilton 9 Movie Theater, Chick-fil-A, the Texas Roadhouse.
Never been to any of those places. Chick-fil-A I have.
Texas. Yeah. So, because Alex is the new permanent guest and no one will ever replace him, we're deciding maybe we change the name. We had John Candy, Rick Moranis, the greatest actors to ever live. I got this fancy china made, got this notebook made, got a couple stickers. Was really excited. I asked Alex, I said, hey man, 1-to-1, mano a mano, tell me, lay it down here. Who's your favorite actor of all time? And he said Jimmy Kimmel. And I said, we got to stop. We got to stop right now. Because Jimmy Kimmel is just he's only got one show. So I said, Alex, think about it. Come to the show, come prepared, bring some energy, bring some excitement, and tell us, now, who's your favorite actor? Because we're going to plug his name in there. We're going to make a little bit out of it. So, what do you got? Who's your favorite actor of all time?
3, 2, 1.
Ron
Perlman. Thanks, guys.
Ron Perlman. So, we're actually going to do the John Candy and Ron Perlman Are the Greatest Actors That Ever Lived podcast. And we'll get some gear. Follow us on Instagram now. And we'll get it made. The Ron Perlman, man, one of my favorite movies ever has Ron Perlman. It's called Pacific Rim. And it stars John Boyega.
John Boyega.
So that is a fun fact for me. But right now, we're getting a little bit, we're kind of running out of time before our next segment. So I'm going to go ahead and send it off. We have our Friends of Cinema. We're going to kick it off to an old friend who's going to review a movie for us. So stay tuned.
Guests of Cinema.
Oh, g'day. Just driving to work here. My mate Jack asked me to review a movie for him, and I wanted to review my favourite movie. It's The Replacement, starring Keanu Reeves. He's my favourite actor. He's got like really good hair in the movie, which is, pretty sweet. The plot is really good. There's some singing. There's also some dancing, which is pretty funny. It's a pretty funny movie, but it's also a lot of action. So it's like a funny action movie with good hair and good singing. So I highly recommend it. You should all check it out. All right, thanks. Bye.
Thank you for that segment, and we're back with actually more segments. And so Alex is my best friend, and I said, have some fun with it. Get creative. Have some creative technology. And he said, I'll go for it. And so now he's going to do a segment called The Best Shades in Hollywood. So let's hear it.
All right, this one's called Best Shades in Hollywood. So we have 2 that tied for Best Shades in Hollywood at this time, but maybe we'll do the segment again and it will be different. 2004, Chronicles of Riddick. So he's got some pretty good shades.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you obviously don't think so, but it was my number 1 choice, and then my second choice coming up right behind Chronicles of Riddick, 2004, is also 2004, and it's Aviators. The Aviators. Leonardo DiCaprio wears aviators.
Martin Scorsese does this movie, The Aviator, and he comes at it from a really different perspective. Mm-hmm. He said, let's not make this the exact same cookie-cutter movie, Top Gun. Let's get a less action guy than Tom Cruise, and let's get Leonardo DiCaprio in there. And I will say, that is the best shades in Hollywood. For me, I think it's either him in Aviator or Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club?
Yeah. I love the shades. Set design with all of the glasses.
Yeah, it's a good one. Top Gun.
Top Gun
is a
good one.
The 4th one in the.
You had a really extensive list that you showed the producers. They said, this guy will get off and he'll talk about it forever. We got to calm it down.
We'll have the part 2.
Yeah.
and number 2 of that segment that I'm looking forward to, and I hope you are too.
Ever since COVID happened, we haven't seen a whole lot of movies come to the movie theater, but a lot of us have been able to kind of lock it down with our home systems. I got stacks of movies here. He's got stacks of movies over there. And we've been able to watch a lot of movies that are cult classics. And so I wanted to do more or less a classic review. So I think we should do the classics from the couch segment. So why don't you go ahead and play that clip?
Time to saddle up. It's my classics from the couch.
And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna review it right now. I'm just gonna not waste any time. The movie is Splash, and it's 1984. So we're going back some time. This is even before Alex was born. Directed by Ron Howard, the famous Ron Howard, who was in Happy Days.
I thought you said a splash. I thought it was like a different language, a different version of the one I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, Gabriel Iglesias.
A splash.
Right.
You said a splash, right?
Javier Bardem. Yeah. Splash.
Just splash.
Splash.
Gotcha. Okay.
1984. Tom Hanks, Daryl Hannah, and John Candy. A young man is reunited with a mermaid who saved him from drowning as a boy. He falls in love with her, not knowing who or what she is. Well, I don't know if you've seen Splash. I didn't watch this one with you. I watched it at your in-laws' house. I watched Splash.
By yourself, oddly enough.
Yeah, that's not a weird enough scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I was at his in-laws' house. I watched it by myself. I actually had the big homemade popcorn with the kettle corn flavoring from ShopRite. And I got all the way through the movie, and I didn't blink, and I didn't stop eating my popcorn. Filled to the top. I will give this 9 out of 11 stars. One of John Candy's funniest roles, no doubt. Plays the little brother. They're a bunch of New Yorkers. The only thing I say about this movie is Tom Hanks is 28 in the movie, and he looks like he's 14. It's really creepy. It's a huge turnoff. I'm going to give the movie 6 out of 11 stars. And I'm going to notch it up to 7 for John Candy's performance.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to notch it up to a 7 for John. Can't Lose with John Candy. The best thing about mermaids is that they can't walk, but they can do handstands. And headstands. So,
which
whole
is one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Tom Hanks thing.
Yeah, that's actually an old Tom Hanks thing too.
Mm-hmm.
This is not for me. So,
Did you find mine? That's mine.
the producers play a prank on us sometimes, where they give us a lot of new movies to watch that we haven't seen. So this is one that I actually am ready. I'm ready to talk about. But you go.
Okay, we're going to roll on with this review of 2002's My Big Fat Greek Wedding that I'm reading now. Here is what it's about. It's everyone in the family worries about Tula, still unmarried at 30 years old. She works at Dancing Zorba's, the Greek restaurant named by her parents. After taking a job at her aunt's agency, she falls in love with Ian Miller, a teacher who is tall and handsome and definitely not Greek. So, 2002, My Big Fat Wedding, and Joel's Wick made this one happen, and I think one of the producers is actually Tom Hanks. And
oddly enough, huh?
So, we're going to give that one a rating probably later in the show after we think about it for a bit.
Yeah, I thought that would probably be a better idea too. That was something.
Kind of out of left field, that one, with the whole wedding thing.
Yeah. That was just kind of a weird movie. Now, I don't want to get too far into it. Cause
Ian Miller's in it.
Yeah.
Handsome and big.
Yeah. Wow. So I love him. But I don't know if we're ready to come back to that just yet. Well, I have some news that I need to bring to the table right now. It's called the Bat segment. Go ahead and play this thing.
It's bat time.
All right, so the Bat segment this week is really close to my heart because Zack Snyder's Justice League is coming out March 18th is a Thursday this year. And we're going to see it. It's 4 hours long. It's action-packed. We got rid of all the bad guys. Joss Whedon, we got rid of all the bad guys and brought in the good bad guys, Darkseid. And Batman's back with the Joker. And you can't go wrong when you have the modern-age Tom and Jerry going at it. So, Justice League. Zack Snyder's Justice League cut. I'm going to go ahead and give it the preliminary Oscar pick, and 11 out of 11 stars. I love this movie.
I can't wait to love this movie, and I can't give it a preliminary, even though I know it's gonna blow the roof off of my head, and I'm just gonna wait and see. No prelude for me because I think I already know that it's gonna be a 12. So
yeah, very rarely do we see something like that.
yeah, and very rarely are we excited to see such a long film.
Yeah,
But
here we are.
exceptions are made.
Well, it's the craziest time of year.
Yep, March.
So what do we say? What did we ever give?
We miss you, John Candy, right?
Today is actually the 27th anniversary of John Candy's death. He died on the set of Wagons East with my favorite comedian, Richard Lewis. He passed away in his sleep. It was terrible. We all hate it. It sucks because we know that he would still be the king of comedy today. Even though he's gone, we do still have Billy Crystal. So that's at least good. It's about the only positive I can take from it. We do miss John Candy, and we especially wanted to rate My Big Fat Greek Wedding, each of us individually, without each other's input. Wanted to rate my Big Fat Greek Wedding. You want to go?
Yes, My Big Fat Greek Wedding will always get earned rightly its due 7 stars and 1 bag of popcorn, because you can't not eat popcorn while you watch big fat Greeks get married.
I stand right by that. I think the 7-star is perfect. I'm going to go ahead and slide that right here across the screen if you can, whoever does this post-production. 7-star out of 11 for me. And to follow up with that, I've never been to a Greek wedding.
You're missing out.
Yeah, so I've been told.
I haven't either, but I'm pretty sure you're missing out.
Just by watching the movie and digging into it and watching the director's cut and all the laughs and everything. So, but what I really think we need to talk about is the number one thing that is plaguing both of us. Alex and I, born and raised Spiderheads. Actually, we've been best friends for a long time. It's me, him, and Matt Saunders.
Spiderheads.
And we're Spiderheads. Got Spider-Man 1 right here. My mom brought this home as a surprise for a present. And I watched it the night that she brought it home. So here it is, Spider-Man 1. And now here's where we talk about the new Spider-Man that has all the originals. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland. All 3 are coming out. And the movie title could not be any worse. It's called Spider-Man No Way Home. So now we have 3 homes. We have Spider-Man Homecoming, which I didn't see. You know about that.
I saw it. He comes home,
Nice.
and he's a Spider-Man, so it's good, man.
That's not what the movie's about. He doesn't come home and he's a Spider-Man. So I know that's not it. Spider-Man Homecoming is actually, I know that it's about when Spider-Man is in high school and he's being bullied. He can't find a date to homecoming. And he gets Mary Jane to go with him.
Come on, Mary Jane. Go with me.
Sly guy.
Does she know he's Spider-Man at that point or not?
Not at that point.
Not that point.
So then there's Spider-Man Far From Home, which is the one I saw. Jake Gyllenhaal plays the other Spider-Man. It's annoying. Can't figure out who's who.
Love Jake Gyllenhaal, but don't love him as Spider-Man.
And so the third one is now called Spider-Man No Way Home. And this is the one where he and Tony Stark are lost in space together. It's boring.
Spaceman.
Do you see Spaceballs with John Candy?
Oh, yeah, I saw Spaceballs with John Candy.
Did you like it?
Yep.
Loved it. What can we do? Are we allowed to do another? We're allowed to do another review. I'm going to give Spaceballs 11 out of 11 with a... give me like a Schwartz ring plus the 11 bet. I want it to be higher than 11.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Schwartz thing. Spaceballs, the DVD. Spaceballs, the movie, the blanket.
Yep.
What do you give it?
Give it, well, I'll obviously give it 11 out of 11 bags of popcorn, plus a butter sauce, and pour that on the popcorn, so it's still just 11 out of 11 bags of popcorn, plus, just, I'll...
Have you seen it?
No. No, yeah, I did. I saw it. I loved it. The big helmet guy. He's on your mug.
I'm gonna do something that I've never done. This is why Andrew's gone. He didn't like movies. Check this out. I'm gonna review another one. Can we get a close up? Like a closer. Analyze That is the only rated R movie I'll ever watch. And it has Billy Crystal and Robert De Niro, who we talked about earlier with War with Grandpa, which was hilarious, by the way. I think that was one of our perfect 11 out of 11s. Mm-hmm. And Lisa Kudrow, old Friends and Seinfeld. She's in both. A little known fact. I love this movie. I think it's hilarious. I think it's not a movie you watch with your kids if you have them. If you're 30 and you're not married, it's a good one. And if you like the belly laugh, this is the movie for you.
I never quite mastered the whole belly laugh thing.
Yeah, it hurts, man.
Hurts good, I hear.
Joel Siegel from Good Morning America said, "Analyze That is even funnier than Analyze This." I don't know what that means.
Is that the prequel?
I don't think so. I think he's making a pun. Analyze This. So, the only other thing I was told, because we're a 50-50 split. Where when it was Andrew and I was a 30% stakeholder. And he had a lot more. And now you and I are 50-50, which is so cool. Because it gives you a lot of creative freedoms, and it gives you the opportunity to explore what kind of movies you like. So if you wanted to shed light on maybe some movie that you like.
Afro Samurai, is that a movie?
And that's a short film. Yeah, it's a movie.
Starring Ron Perlman is a good one, so
Ron
if you want
Perlman
to watch
is
that
Justice.
on your day off.
Ron Perlman is Justice in Afro Samurai, and he talks really cool, and I would imitate him, but I feel like I'm taking the spotlight away from what movie you like. But Afro Samurai is a classic. Samuel L. Jackson, Ron Perlman. We have the RZA soundtrack, original Wu-Tang. Great animation. I believe the year on that is 2007. Spike TV, original 5 episodes. Came out on DVD later. Kind of just same thing. Episode 4 is the best, with Kuma fighting on top of the mountain. So yeah, thanks for doing that.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
If you like animation.
Yeah, and if you're an anime freak, too, that's also
I'm not, and I like that movie, so.
Yeah. Alex has kind of dabbled in anime, and he likes Afro Samurai, and he likes Dragon Ball.
Well, no, I think the whole reason that I'm highlighting Afro Samurai is because I'm not an anime head. So there's something to be said about, oh, whoa, I'm not an anime head either, so maybe I'll check out Afro Samurai, which I think you should do.
If you're not an anime head and you're looking to get into anime, if you want to get stuck into the anime,
I'm not.
Afro Samurai is definitely a good start. A Kung Fu Panda would be my other recommendation.
Start and end with Afro Samurai, and we're cool.
Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go. That's probably best for everybody. I'm trying to kind of get into all the cameras because I was told by the producer they couldn't really. They said I looked really uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable. We used to just do audio, and we never posted anything.
So I think that this has been a great start, and we're getting paid a lot of money to do it. Basically, getting paid to have fun. This is a dream job. It's the American dream. I've never had so much fun doing a show in my life.
It's good. It's really good.
I think it's the best podcast I've ever been a part of. I hated the last one I did, which was under a similar name to this one, but it's not anymore because someone messed it all up.
God bless.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining the John Candy, Ron Perlman are the greatest actors to ever live podcast. We'll be back next week. I promise more Ron Perlman. Or next time we shoot, I don't know about the budget. I'm paying people out of pocket.
Not paying me.
See you next week.